I gotcha.
Oh, awesome.
Yay!
Nice.
Woo! Let's party.
We are live on a Sunday.
Yeah, believe it or not, I did wake up like this. This is a little bit, I got really, really sick. I got a terminal illness, and I did all of the Western medicine, and I got an incurable disease. And so I did all their therapies, and I just got worse and worse and worse. And I was in so much pain I couldn't walk. I was in like an epic Stephen Hawking level wheelchair. Like, it was pretty nuts. I was bedridden for 3 years. I had to relearn how to walk. And they were like, and it's just gonna get worse. Here's some morphine, and you can be one of the first people on fentanyl. Luckily, painkillers are not my thing. I think I was on fentanyl for a day, and I was like, I think it's gonna stick with weed, man. And I was getting like, you're about to die weed. Like, it was really good shit.
How do you get on that list?
Right. Do you know who Baron Vaughn is? He's a comic and an activist. Yeah, he's my bestie. And he sent me this podcast, and it was this psychologist named Chris Ryan. That was kind of the first conversation where I really heard about using these substances in a way that wasn't just like for fun. So I started looking into it, and I actually reached out to him, and I was like, hey, you don't know me, but I'm about to die. And I'm sitting here laying in bed all day, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, I mean, I don't know you very well, but if I were you, I'd drink ayahuasca. So through a beautiful set of circumstances, some very kind people in the Amazon connected me. So all of a sudden I had ayahuasca in my apartment in Boston, and I was like, all right, let's do this, because you know what? Like, I'm going to die anyway. So I drank for the first time in my apartment alone, and it was like, it really, really hit. And I was like, shit. And I talked to my friend, Erin Judge. She's also a comic. Erin's husband, he had also talked about mushrooms. So I called his ass. I was like, Jesse, I'm on ayahuasca. What the hell, because I don't, this wasn't like my thing. I'm like a stoner,
Right.
I'm like, this is not weed.
Right.
This is like for sure not weed.
Right.
Part of the way through, I just heard like the voice of God, or like just a voice that sounded a lot like God, I would imagine. They did a great impression of God. And
Did it sound like Morgan Freeman?
yeah, exactly. Just like the wisest black man in Berlin. And told me to stand up, and I was just like, yeah, so girl, I can't walk. But it was just like, stand, and I was just like, fine, I'll like show you that I can't stand. And I stood up so fast, my body was so light that I almost like felt, because I hadn't stood by myself in like 3 years. Right. And I was just like, holy shit, Jesse, I'm like walking the fuck around. So I saw the promised land, because there was like no pain, my body was free. The things that the doctors at Harvard said would never be possible, like, were happening. When the medicine wore off, I went back. Like, okay, but at least I know there's something here that like these doctors don't know about. Here's the thing though, I am like a lightweight. I am such a cheap date, man. Like, with anything, I'm just really sensitive. Give me like the neck of a bottle of beer, and I'm like hitting on your family. Do you know what I mean? Real bad.